guys aren't even ready for how delicious these are gonna be. Oh my gosh. I have frosting all over my face, don't I? These are so good. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. My name is Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. You guys, we are 2 weeks away from the wedding. I get married in 2 weeks, which is so wild to me. It just hit me. This is gonna be our last recipe tutorial while I'm single. The next time I do a recipe tutorial video on this channel, I will be a married woman. I can't believe that. If you've been following along of the wedding journey, thank you so much for taking a break from it this week and going back to our roots, our original little recipe tutorial videos. We are coming to the end of fall. And before we transition into the Christmas and holiday season, I thought I would show you guys how to make my famous pumpkin cinnamon rolls. This is the yummiest, ooey, gooeyest recipe. You're absolutely gonna love it. If you have kids or if you are a kid, this recipe is for you. You get to use your hands, but I will say it does take some patience. There are a lot of steps in this recipe. I'm gonna walk through them all with you. So if you're ready for a challenge, I've linked the recipe in the description box below. You can find it on my website. And while you're on my website, y'all sign up for my email list. It's free. And the reason I'm telling you to sign up is because we are inviting you to our wedding. That's right. We are live streaming our wedding right here on this YouTube channel. We're sending out a private link the week of the wedding. So if you want to come to our wedding, make sure you sign up for my email list before that happens. That way you can get the private link and join us on that special day. We're so excited. I still can't believe it's 2 weeks away. But if you're excited to learn how to make these pumpkin cinnamon rolls, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before we get started because I post new vlogs, recipe tutorials, travel videos, and all kinds of other fun things on this channel every single Saturday morning, and I don't want you to miss any of them. Okay, let's jump into it. To start, we're gonna combine 2 cups of warm milk with half a cup of melted butter. Then we're gonna add half a cup of sugar. Now you want this mixture to be about 110 degrees. It's slightly warm to the touch. If it's any warmer than that, you're gonna wanna wait and let it cool down because you don't want it to be too hot. You want it to be just warm enough to activate the yeast, but you don't want it to be too hot that it burns it. So I've got my little candy thermometer in here, and I'm just gonna whisk this together and make sure it's right there at that 100 to 110 mark. We're gonna sprinkle in 1 packet of active dry yeast. Now gently stir that in, and we are gonna let this sit in a warm place for about 10 minutes to let the yeast bloom. Okay, after it's been 10 minutes, you'll see that the yeast has started to kind of foam up on the top. That's exactly what we want. She's ready to go. So I'm gonna transfer this into a mixing bowl now. You can totally do this in one bowl if you're not using a stand mixer, if you just want to do it by hand, but I'm going to use my KitchenAid for this next part. To that, we're going to add 4 cups of flour and half a cup of pumpkin puree. You guys aren't even ready for how delicious these are going to be. All right, we'll get this on our stand mixer. For this, you're going to want to use your dough hook. If you're not using a stand mixer and you're doing it by hand, just use a wooden spoon. Give it 1 scrape down the sides midway through. Make sure all our flour is getting incorporated. One more time. Okay, now it's time for our first proof, which means we're gonna cover this up and let it sit in a warm place for about an hour to really let that yeast bloom, and our dough is going to double in size. If you've never worked with yeast breads before, this part is going to blow your mind. Patience is definitely a virtue with this recipe, so we'll see you back here in an hour. The hour's almost up, so in our few final minutes, we are going to get our pans ready. You're gonna need 2 9-inch circle pans. I just got this beautiful new bakeware set from Caraway Home. Everything is this stunning green color. My dream kitchen will be this color green. I love it so much. I just need to show you this. I'm doing a little detour here. We're going rogue. We're going off script. Look at how stunning their sets are. This is their bakeware collection. It comes with the 2 round pans. It's got a square pan, muffin tin, rectangle pan, sheet pan, this little cooling rack, and then a large cookie sheet. And it's all organized in this little fancy pants contraption. Okay, and as if it couldn't get any better, we come to this side. Oh, and here are our pot lids hanging conveniently right on the door. And then all of our matching pots and pans, all organized, looking so cute in my little cabinet. I'm seriously obsessed. It's so beautiful, and I love that it all matches. Their cookware, like the skillets and non-stick, is ridiculous. Let me get you back on this tripod. I barely have to use any oil when I'm cooking because the non-stick is next level. They're doing a massive holiday sale right now, so if you're in the market for some new pans or you're looking for a great Christmas gift, definitely check out Caraway Home. They have so many different colors. The green is my favorite, but look at their website because they've got so much to choose from. Okay, so I saved our butter paper from the butter we used in our dough, and I'm just gonna take this paper and generously grease these butter pans. This is a little baking hack. Okay, now last thing we're gonna do before we take our dough out is make our filling. Now, a traditional cinnamon roll recipe, you would spread the softened butter out on the dough and then sprinkle on your brown sugar and spices. But I have another little hack. I actually like to mix it before. That way it's more of a homogeneous butter spread. I feel like it just makes the cinnamon rolls better. I just added some cinnamon and pumpkin pie spice, and now we're going to add about 3/4 cup brown sugar. If your butter's at room temperature, this should be really easy to do by hand. If you're decorating for Christmas anytime soon, this is the perfect recipe that you should make the day before so that you can enjoy a yummy pumpkin cinnamon roll as you decorate your house. Playing some Christmas music in the background, sipping on a little cup of hot cocoa or coffee. This is my favorite season. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. We've got this beautiful, almost like a cinnamony, spicy butter paste that we're gonna spread all over our cinnamon rolls. Got our dough out, let's check on it. Oh yes, beautiful. She's doubled in size, she's nice and warm. Smells amazing. This is my favorite part every time I see him do it in the movies. Just punch our dough down. It's not entirely necessary, but it's just fun. All right, now our final ingredients, we're gonna add 1 more cup of flour, some salt, some baking powder, and then a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. I'm gonna reattach your dough hook and let this go one more time. I hope you're ready because this next part is a little messy. Get lots of flour, get our little station prepared. We are done with this mixer. Generously flour your surface. I like to grab it and then kind of hold it with my fingers and just sprinkle it like snow. I'm gonna take my rings off for this so I don't get pumpkin cinnamon roll all in my engagement ring. We are going to turn out the dough onto our surface. Oh, this is the best part. If you have kids or you are a kid, they love this. Now we're gonna knead the dough for 10 minutes. It's important that you actually knead for 10 minutes because as you knead, you are working the dough and you're allowing the gluten to develop inside the bread, which is gonna give it that nice, fluffy, lovely texture we all love in cinnamon rolls. So, Alexa, set the timer for 10 minutes. Kind of lightly flour your hands, you can kind of clap. You wanna get a little bit of flour right here in this dough just so it doesn't stick. And just start gently pulling your dough. You wanna bring it forward and you wanna push it forward with the palm of your hands. Bring it towards you, push with the palm of your hands. Now in the beginning, it's gonna be really soft. You'll notice that it starts to kind of firm and toughen up as you knead. I'm pushing with my right hand, rolling and pulling back toward myself, pushing away, roll, and turn back. And you're just gonna knead like this for about 10 minutes. Every time I do this, I feel so domestic. I'm like, life me up. I feel like such a mom right now. Like a little homestead bakery girl up at 4 in the morning just slaving away on the town cinnamon rolls. If your dough gets sticky at any point, just sprinkle it with a little bit of flour, sprinkle your hands, clap it off, and keep going. You wanna be careful not to add too much flour though, because that will then kind of alter your recipe. Only want as much as you need so that it doesn't stick to your hands or the countertop. And since you have the privilege of watching a video, we're just gonna skip ahead. Okay, 10 minutes is done. Look at that. Beautiful ball of pumpkin dough. It's very tacky. You can see it's come together. The gluten has developed. You want to make sure your surface is well floured once again so none of your cinnamon rolls stick to your countertop. Give your dough ball a quick little sprinkle, kind of toss it around. We're gonna roll this puppy out into a rectangle so you can kind of get it started. Your hands, and we're going to just lightly flour our rolling pin and start rolling. You want to start from the middle and then work your way outside. I kind of go up and back every now and then, just kind of getting that rectangle shape. Oh my gosh, this looks so good! Once the rectangle shape starts to form, you can just kind of go long ways. All right, from here, you're gonna take your cinnamon butter paste and we are going to spread this all over our dough. It might be kind of sticky, that's okay. You just want to get it spread out evenly as you can. If you have to use your hands, that's okay. Sometimes it's easier to use your hands. That way you can get it all the way to the edges. I'm just making sure I've got an even layer all the way across my dough. Okay, now starting at one end, you are going to start rolling. You want to get this first side tucked really, really good because the tighter your cinnamon roll, the more little spirals you're going to have. So we're going to tuck this really, really well. We're gonna try to roll this guy up. Until it's all nice and tucked. And you've got got this beautiful little pumpkin log. Make sure it's even. You can kind of stretch it out like this. These are gonna be so good, you guys. Now, another fun part, you're gonna take some unflavored dental floss and you get a big string of it, maybe about that size. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna shimmy this underneath your log. You're gonna lift up on both sides, you're gonna cross, and then you are going to pull, and it is going to create a perfect little slice. Now I just cut off my end so that we could get going on our log with a fresh slice, but look how beautiful that is. All right, so shimmy it under your log. Maybe go about an inch, inch and a half, cross and pull. You've got the most perfect little cinnamon roll. Then we're gonna start layering them in our baking dish, starting in the middle. Okay, beautiful. Now we've just got our little ends left. If you want to bake these, you totally can. But we have 12 beautiful little cinnamon rolls ready to be proofed a second time. So I know you're so anxious to bake them, but they need to proof one more time. So we're gonna cover these up back in a warm place, this time for about 30 to 45 minutes. Just check on them. The longer they proof, the puffier they'll be. So you can just kind of eyeball this one, but you definitely want these to rise more before I put them in the oven. So I'm gonna wrap these up, stick them in a warm place, and we'll be right back. Okay, the second proofing is done. Look, they're all so poofy and cute. Now it's time to bake. I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees, and these are gonna go in for about 25 to 30 minutes. My heavens, our cinnamon rolls just came out of the oven. My fingertips are burnt off by now, so I can touch anything hot. Okay, we nailed these, y'all. We're just gonna slide these forward because we need to make our frosting really quick so that we can get the frosting on while the cinnamon rolls are still hot, so it melts all over and is like nice and ooey gooey. So we're gonna need this guy again. For our frosting in a mixing bowl, you're going to use 2 tablespoons of butter, 4 ounces of softened cream cheese, and I have a little bit extra just in case. Sometimes I like more frosting because I'm that kind of girl who likes lots of frosting on my cinnamon rolls, so we're gonna see how much this is and maybe add a little bit more if we need it. We're gonna get this started first and whip the butter together with the cream cheese. Now we're gonna sprinkle in 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of milk, a splash of vanilla, and a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. They look incredible and they smell even better. I put our little end pieces in this little cute cast iron, so I think I'm gonna try one from here, that way I don't mess up our pans. I'm just gonna go for it. Oh my gosh. Oh. Wow. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. I have frosting all over my face, don't I? These are so good. They're so doughy and soft and pillowy and amazing. Look at that. It was worth all the work and patience to get it to this point. If you've never made cinnamon rolls before, today is your day to do it. I've linked the recipe down in the description box below. Try it out. Let me know what you think. I hope this video made you smile and inspired you for all the fun holiday baking we're gonna do together. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button before you go and give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below something fun happening in your life right now, and we'll see you next week. Bye.